Let's talk about the halo effect and why this album is as good as it is. So, essentially, the halo effect is a band with a bunch of former members of In Flames. All of these guys in this band, I believe, were In Flames at one time. But I waited to review this because in the promo that they send out, the electronic press kit that they send out, the bonus tracks were not on that. So a lot of times they will send out the electronic press kit and they will send out the album, and a lot of labels will give you the bonus tracks. Like, for example, I talked about my list from last year of my favorite albums. Well, the promo had the bonus tracks for the new Judas Priest. They were in the promo. So this album didn't have the bonus tracks, though. So I wanted to wait until I actually received a hard copy of it. That way I can review it with the bonus tracks. And I got to be honest with you, this album is much better with the 3 bonus tracks that are on it. So you could see here, you have a list of the bonus tracks here. So let's talk about this record. And I liked the debut album by the Halo Effect. This album, first of all, if you like the debut, you're going to like this one about 10 times more. It's again, these guys were all in Flames at some point. The singer in this band was in Flames in the very, very early days, from what I understand. But you have a lot of former In Flames members here. Jesper Stromblad, many of you might remember him as being one of the main guys in the band In Flames. But if you're looking for a band that has a similar sound to what In Flames used to sound like, and the era of the band that I'm specifically talking about is Horacle, Colony, and the Clayman. Those 3 records, like if you love those 3 In Flames albums, and for most people, I believe that those are, most people, when you talk about In Flames, they list those 3 records. The Jester Race is one that people love a lot, but the 3 albums I named are my favorites. And if you're looking for that kind of sound, that's exactly what this album sounds like. It is very, very good. Now, there is a little bit of variety in this. You have some different elements they throw into the music here and there. None of that stuff is all throughout the album. There's some electronic sounds here and there. There is a little bit as far as clean vocals, not a lot, but some of the tracks do have that. But for the most part, if you like Colony by In Flames, or you like the album Horacle, or if you like the album The Clayman, you want to check this band out. This band is very good. They basically take that sound and just really, really make that sound so much better. And I got to be honest, I was really excited for the fact that these guys ended up all getting together. I think Jesper Stromblad is really a phenomenal, great guitar player. He had a little bit of a hand in the first Hammerfall album. I know they listed him as a drummer, but from what I understand, he didn't really play drums on it, but he did get some credits on there for like lyrics and some other stuff. But when you look at guys that used to be in Flames, and you look at the lineup and guys that had played in that band, In Flames is such an important band, especially in the resurgence of the metal scene, back in the mid 90s, late 90s. Like I had talked to Fredrik Nordstrom about that, about a lot of those Swedish bands that were really making their mark back on Nuclear Blast. So this is, of course, available on Nuclear Blast. It's an outstanding record. It really is. Some of the melodies. Now, I got to be honest, and I know some people are going to yell blasphemy when I say this, but in many ways, I like the melodies and the songs better than In Flames in their prime, like with the Clayman and with Colony and Horacle. I actually think that they took that sound and kind of expanded on it a little bit. And, like I said, you have a little bit as far as clean vocals go. You got some, different kinds of sounds on some of these songs. Nothing drastically crazy, but, just enough to make it a little bit different. But it's a very, very good well-written record. I mean, all of these songs, none of these songs are crazy long. Like, they're not like 10, 12 minutes long. And they're basically straight to the point, but the melodies and the songwriting on it is just amazing. Now, I had talked about 2025 starting out, like really starting out with a bang. You know, I talked about the Gravedigger album coming out on the, 17th of January. Today's the January 13th. This album came out this past Friday. It came out January 10th. If you like melodic death metal, you cannot go wrong with this album. Seriously, it is really that good. If I'm going to give it a rating, I hate to do this. Well, actually, I love to do this. This album gets a 10 out of 10. Just like the Gravedigger album, Bone Collector, 10 out of 10. I think 2025 with this record and a couple other records that I've heard so far, it's off to a great start. So, props to the Halo Effect. I'm just blown away about how good the record was. I was expecting it to be good, but I did not think it would be this good. So essentially, that's where I'm at with it. Just an outstanding record. It really does deserve the props that it has been getting. Hey everybody, Tony here from the Metal Command podcast. Again, I appreciate your support. Since 1998, I have hosted this show in one form or another, starting off in radio and now in the podcast format. Again, thanks for watching, and if you like what you see and hear on this show, by all means, please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell to be notified anytime I do post a video, and if you see this program on any other form of social media, please give me a follow there. Again, I always appreciate your support.